Hello guys, welcome back to Pause and welcome to a brand new series. This is Pause Game Studios. Now what this is going to be is a brand new park build based on the Studios Pack DLC that was released a few days ago. Now this park is going to be a Disney Hollywood Studios, Universal Studios style park using some of the new rides and attractions as well as a lot of the existing rides in the game, but using a lot of the new pieces and theming and animatronics that was introduced in the Studios Pack. So let's first of all have a look at the time lapse of putting the little finishing touches on this entrance plaza, and then at the end of that we'll have a little bit more of an in-depth look at what we've done for the entrance of this park. Okay, so let's talk through exactly what we've got planned for this build then. So I want to make a theme park very similar in style to that of Universal Studios and Disney's Hollywood Studios. So that's the plan. Obviously this pack that was released a few days ago is really geared up for that style park, so I might as well give it a go. It's not going to be the biggest of parks in the world, it is mainly just going to be so we can really utilise some of these brand new pieces and some of these new rides and make an awesome park. So that is the plan. So for this little entrance plaza then that we're just starting work on here, I just wanted there to be a little bit of a sort of entrance gate. So I used this archway as well as a few of the new wall pieces, which you'll see in a second, which are the new tiles, and then we put some of the classic Planet Coaster fencing on top. So that's what we're doing just here. Like I say, it's just an entrance archway, so to speak, just to break up between this really crappy cave area and the main park entrance. So from this archway onwards, imagine that's where the car parks, the buses and all that kind of stuff is. I'm not making this park exactly realistic to like a real life park, as I don't think that really links in with the style of animatronic and theming that this park is going to have. So that's why I'm not going to put as much detail in this as there is in my Hysteria Valley build, which is a very realistic based park, which you can also check out here on the channel if you haven't done so already. So all we're doing here is putting a little bit of planting around the edge, as well as a little bit of fencing just to cap off the area. This fence then extends backwards into the greenery, again just to cap off the area itself. So what else we're going to have in the plaza? At the moment I haven't really decided just yet whether there's going to be any more shops or anything in there, but I think for the time being I think I'll just keep it quite open. A few benches, some trees, a couple of bins, you know, that kind of stuff, but generally I want to keep that entrance plaza quite open. Now, going through the entrance into this back portion, I wanted there to be a lovely feature as you walk through the front door. So the plan for this is going to be a fountain. Now this Planet Coaster symbol has been in the game since day one. I've never really found a use for it. So what I'm planning to do with this, as I've used it on top of the main entrance feature on the building, I think this could be quite the logo of the park. I mean, I know it's the Planet Coaster logo, however I think it fits quite nicely with this Studios kind of feel. It's very similar to a Universal Studios style logo, so I think it works quite well being used in this kind of environment. So it's a very simple fountain with a bit of water dropping halfway down and some steam coming out the bottom of it. The actual surrounding here we turn into a little bit of a flower display. I put a little bit of a pond underneath that, and again just to make this area a little bit better. At first I was going to go for this kind of concrete look, but I just thought it looked a bit too harsh, so that's why we do remove that in a little while and try a few other pieces. I tried again this rock, don't think I like that either, so we go back to grass in a second. And I think it works quite well, using a few topiaries and a few of the little bits of sort of bush and flowers. I am going to go back and alter the colours I think of these, just to give it a little bit of variety, as at the moment it's very yellow, which is not a bad thing, but I just want to mix it up a little bit as it's very much the default colouring at the moment. So that's what this is here, just in the centre as you walk through, and to be honest most of that is what we've done in this episode, and there's not much more really other than little tweaks here and there. So I've done a little bit on lighting, and I've also put in the first bits of actual usable stuff into the park. So inside the 2 outer archways in the building, in a few moments you'll see that we start building the information kiosks, and that is just something again to make the space usable, as I did have it in mind that there'd be something in there. That's why I left this little bit of space to either side. And like I say, in real life they may be the entrance ticket booths potentially, but obviously in this I am just using it for information kiosks, so they might be selling fast tracks and that sort of thing, you know. So that's what we're doing just here, is sticking in those entrance booths, the information booths, sorry. So that's the first usable stuff that we've put in the park. I'm not going to put much else in the sort of ticket side of things. Like I mentioned before, I'm not going to have this as an exact realistic park. It's going to be a lot more fantasy, just so we can let our imaginations run wild, really, as this game does warrant that. And I'm doing a lot of realistic stuff in Hysteria Valley, so it'd be nice to get 2 different styles of park here on the channel. So moving forwards then to the other side where we have the fountain, there are going to be buildings around that, and that's what we're going to start in the next episode, and that's going to make up the kind of entrance area of the park itself. So that's where you're going to find like gift shop, first aid, maybe some slight food outlets, just very light stuff, just to welcome you into the park itself. And then I'm going to start work on the very first ride. Now the plan that I think I'm going to do, directly centre as you walk straight through the door, straight through those gates, and directly behind the fountain, I think is where we're going to have the backlot tour. So very much inspired by Hollywood Studios in Paris, as you walk through the main gates and you've got the backlot tour directly in front of you currently. Now that is obviously going to be down for renovation soon as they build the brand new expansion to that park, but at the moment that is still there, and I want to take that influence and use it in this park, as this is going to be very much a backlot kind of studio style feel to this park, which is what this pack is based on and geared up for. So that's what we're going to do towards maybe the next episode or the one after, is start work on that, so then we can really get our teeth into the brand new ride and just see how it works and try and figure out what scenes we want to put in there. Now obviously the other new ride which we are definitely going to put in this park is the Remotion, which is the simulator style ride, which is heavily inspired by the Harry Potter ride in Universal Studios, which does use a robo-arm style simulator. So that is definitely something that will be in this park. Again, we're going to showcase it. It'll probably be a IP, in sort of inverted commas, IP, maybe a Planet Coaster IP, or maybe something external. I haven't quite decided yet, but it's definitely going to be quite a grand main e-ticket style ride, that one. And we probably will have a play around with the Horror Hotel, or whatever it's called, Horror Heights, as well at some point during this build. Okay, so let's have a look through the entrance to the Pause Games Studios. So as we come in here, we've got the lovely entrance area in front of us. Just to the left and right, we've got some nice gardens and fencing, using some of the new studio lamps to light the way. Straight down the centre is into the park itself. Left and right are our information kiosks. And then directly in front of us as we enter the park is this lovely Planet Coaster water feature. So let's jump into the daytime and have a little bit of a closer look around. Okay, so this is how it looks in the day. So a nice little bit of floral arrangement I've done to the edge. This is just to keep it just pleasing to the eye, with this fence around the back. I think I will put a bit more foliage around here just to enclose the area a little bit more, but that's something I will do off camera. Over here, Hidden Mickey. Over here is the entrance structure, which we did make in the previous video. So if you haven't seen the launch video, check back on that and you can see a time lapse of putting all this together, as well as the display sequence that I did for that preview. So the idea here is these are going to be a couple of information / ticket booths. However, real life, you're already in the park, as the entrance is just sort of here. So I'm not going to do it as as realistic as I perhaps would have done in my Hysteria Valley build. This is going to be a lot more based on the theme and the rides more than it being realistic. So as we get through into this section here, we've got this nice little fountain, which is just at the entrance, just here. And then there's a nice little overview just of the building itself. So that is about it for today, guys. Welcome to a brand new part build. This is Pause Games Studios. The name is a working title. We'll probably replace the name for something a little bit better as we go forward, as well as the logo that is on that main building. That is just a placeholder for now. So thank you guys ever so much for watching. There'll be more of these videos coming in the next couple of days. If you've enjoyed this, give us a like down below. If you've not done so already, please subscribe to the channel. And if you've got any questions, queries, comments or suggestions for anything to do with Pause Games, Planet Coaster or the Studios Pack, drop those down below as well. Thank you guys ever so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.